What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm very excited to do another video in my Must Have Must Gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always link her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the Instagram pages I follow for this makeup knowledge down below. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. Your girl was a little rusty getting through that intro. I don't know what happened, but I was a little rusty. Okay, just to let you guys know, I did not record this makeup look. I just wanted to sit down and mellow out for a little bit. I have been pre-filming, filming behind the scenes, editing all of that for Vlogmas, and it's already been a little crazy, and it's only been a couple of days. But I am very excited to be participating with it. If you're interested in this makeup look, as long as there's room in the description box, what I'm pretty sure there will be this week, I will have everything listed down below for you all. Now, typically in this part of the video, I like to talk about any new makeup that I received throughout the week since last week's video. Now, as you guys know, I haven't really been buying all that much, and I did receive 2 orders. So let me get the other order. So like I said, I did receive 2 orders since last week's video. The first one that I actually received was from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. Now, I pre-ordered this a while ago, can't even tell you how long ago, and it just came in. I know that if I remember correctly, they also have a pre-order currently for maybe this palette and the Your Beauty palette, but at the time that they uploaded, oh my goodness, I have nails on right now and I just can't get, I was trying not to break the packaging. At the time that they started that pre-order, I pretty much really wanted to watch my spending when it comes to makeup. So I did not order the Your Beauty palette, and I want that palette. I want it so much. That would literally be the only palette that they are actively releasing that I don't already have in my collection. And Glaminatrix has definitely become one of those brands that I absolutely love to support. I love to review for you all, and it just has a really good quality. Anyways, though, this is the packaging. It is a slightly different packaging, although I feel like they do slightly different packaging every so often. Not bad though. And here is the inside. It is beautiful, very colorful, especially for where I've been makeup wise for the last year. But nonetheless, I am still very much excited to test this out for you all. So you definitely have to let me know down below what you would like to see from me, whether it's a 3 looks, 2 looks, tutorial, get ready with me, whatever it have you. I will probably be doing also a survey on my community tab eventually when I feel like I've had a moment's breath, and I do have, I think, 3 or 4 palettes I haven't even featured at all on my channel, so maybe I'll try to feature them towards the end of the year. But I really want to get my understanding of all of these last couple of palettes that I was featuring in the end of November, so I can do my wrap up for those and then ultimately talk about my favorite palettes of 2022. So stay tuned for all of those videos. Hopefully they will be coming up relatively soon. But the other order I actually literally received today was the order that I personally purchased from Merit. So I bought 2 different items. These are 2 items that I've been meaning to purchase. I just didn't get around to it. And the first one is actually their bronzer. Now, I've been really good this past year when it comes to not picking up every bronzer, and for that very reason I did not pick up this bronzer. Now, this bronzer totes to being a kind of effortless bronze. This brand overall is a minimalist beauty, so you're not going to get like a huge opaque line situation. This does look quite deep. This is literally the first time I'm opening up package. It looks very deep. Let's swatch it. Oh yeah, this is a good one. It's deep and it looks a little bit cooler, at least to my eyes, but it's not like a huge opaque mess. So it's very interesting very interesting. I can't wait to see what that looks like blended on my actual skin tone and all of that. So very intrigued to test that out. And then I also picked up the complexion stick in hopefully my shade. So I picked up a second one. They sent me their first shade, and I just picked up sepia. So I just assumed this would work better. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my perfect shade. Yeah. So this is, I believe, one or two shades deeper than Cacao, which is the shade that I got sent from them. So I'm very excited to have these. I will test them out. Although the foundation shade, I already know how I feel about the actual formula. It's just about seeing how it fits on my skin tone. But I will have to obviously test out that bronzer. So once again, if you want to see that in a get ready with me or in a full face from the brand, so you can kind of see what they envision minimalist beauty overall, definitely let me know down below. With that said, there's only one other thing I want to talk about very quickly before we really dive into like the two makeup items that are new to talk about, and that is that I put up my tree. Now I think my camera is still focusing on me, but I have been slowly vlogging the experience of my tree. I know I put up a very interesting video for my first video to kind of open up Vlogmas, and I didn't even mention I will be doing Vlogmas for all 31 days as I typically do, but I have been slowly building my Christmas tree. Very excited for this momentum, and there's a couple more things I want to add in my backdrop just for me, for my room, all of that jazz, and then I will be done and just overall happy. So that's it. I've already scooted over. Let's cue the intro and let's get into it. Santa Claus the black man. Santa Claus the black man, and his hands like my daddy too. Santa Claus the black man. Santa Claus the black man, and I found out that's why I'm telling you. Alrighty, so like I said, I don't have very much stuff to literally talk about today. It just, you know, things tend to die down towards the end of the year, and it's mainly about sales right now. So the first thing that I actually do want to talk about is the fact that Sephora is doing their second 20% off deal right now. So this really would be helpful for anybody who was actually rouge that like maybe overslept and missed a particular item that they wanted to get 20%, and that particular brand does not do sales at all. This is the time for you. Also, if you're somebody who only purchases from Sephora because that's the only brand you trust or only website you trust or whatever have you, it's the easiest place for you to get your makeup, and you did not get access to 20% because you are not rouge, this is the perfect time for you to buy. That said, as I've been trying to kind of stress for myself and then also for you, buy in moderation. You know, you don't need 10 different lip products in one haul. It's just not worth it. It's not necessary, etc. etc. That's how I'm going to say for that. I probably will not be picking anything up. If I do, I will only be doing it in a certain way that I can get more than this 20%, but that's for me and mine to know. So yeah, I don't really think I don't need anything, but I don't genuinely think I want anything either. Maybe a cologne, a perfume. We'll see what happens, but I really don't think that I will be picking anything up. NYX is doing the collaboration with Avatar for the second Avatar movie. When does this second Avatar movie come out? I've been waiting for like, it feels like a decade for this latest movie to come out. And now it feels like this collection came out of left field. But either way, they're coming out with a palette, actually two palettes, some sticks, which are a range of highlighter sticks, some lip glosses, lipsticks, paint, and a mist. I think that the idea and the concepts around the products in this collection makes sense. I would even go on the air of saying that some of the colors make sense. That said, I don't think any of this is for me personally. I have seen Avatar, absolutely loved it, as I feel like everybody did, and I'm extremely excited to see where they take this second step because of like the last couple of seconds in the first movie. I want to know if they're having a kid together. Like, I'm very excited, very, very excited to see it. But once again, this is kind of one of those things where brands are trying and honestly succeeding in having people buy makeup for it to be like a, not a prop, but like a memento of something that they enjoy. For me, I will just buy the Avatar 2 movie in a digital format, and that will be my like my memorabilia for that movie. You know, I don't necessarily need makeup to be the memorabilia. And so that's why I think I can really disassociate myself a lot from even like my childhood loves when they are collaborated with these makeup brands. Because for me, I can just buy the movie. I can just read the book. I can just do this. And I still get those feelings, and I'll be brought back into that world that I so loved and most likely still love to this day with whichever IP it is. So for me personally, this is going to be an easy pass, but I would love to hear if it wasn't an easy pass for you and what you picked up, if you picked something up. Martine Cosmetics has showcased their Christmas palette, and this one is the Martine Skied palette. Now in this palette they have greens, they have a splash of blue, they have some redder tones. It looks cute, it really does. There are 18 shades, 11 shimmers, and 7 mattes. I just don't think this is it for me yet. I think they're definitely getting closer. I like that they really stuck with like two major color families, if that makes sense. And I do appreciate the combination between green and red, but I feel like I literally just played with a palette that is green and red in my Nomad Cosmetics whatever palette, the one that I showed you guys at the beginning that's on my eyes. So for me, there's nothing new here, and I really need something to be new for me to bring it into my collection. I'm really trying to be super critical now when it comes to makeup, because you know, I'm getting to a certain age, you know, and you gotta be smarter, you gotta learn, gotta grow, and we're getting to a new birthday for me, and so I always try to learn throughout my years so that I can be wiser for years to come. So for me right now, I don't see this bringing anything new into my collection. I would love to try this brand, but I just don't think that's the right product for me. Neutrogena is coming out with a pure screen mineral UV tint face liquid with vitamin E. And basically what I can understand, that this is basically a tinted moisturizer that has been combined with their sunscreen. And this has an SPF of 30 and it looks to only have 4 shades. What? 4 shades? Child, I don't care if this is the lowest coverage alive. This to me doesn't make any sense. And the fact that they have the gall to put a pre-order on this, no. Child, never in a day. Okay. Now this is a collection that I've actually already seen previewed or listed on the Ulta website, and this is from Morphe Brushes. They have a Florist Power multi-effects palette where they have different color ways, where one is more pinky purpley, the other one is more bronzy, and then the third one is like more cool tones. And basically what I can tell what's going on with this particular collection is that you get a row of like eyeshadows, and then the bottom row is more like cheek products that you can of course use as eyeshadows as well. I think this could be definitely useful and a nice way to answer the Natasha Denona glam face palette audience, right? So a lot of people went buck wild for that collection, right? And it was a fight. It was a fight to the death to get that palette, especially the deep, dark to deep we're not going to go back to that. So I definitely think that this is a very good kind of answer from a cheaper alternative brand in giving that type of aesthetic, that type of vibe, that type of product to those who could not afford a Natasha Denona palette. That said, though, I don't think this is it. I think it's a really good shot, but historically Morphe's formula is not that great, and although the swatches look beautiful, I don't find that I am overly intrigued by any of these colorways, and that's something from somebody who has been really loving neutral eye shadows. So this is going to be a pass for me, but I would love to hear if it's not for you. I think if anything caught my attention because it was unique, it would be the more cooler toned one, but I don't typically reach for cool tones, so it doesn't make sense for me to try to buy another cool tone palette to try to justify the fact that I'm going to reach for it, because I just don't think it's going to happen. Ariana Grande came out with her two newest fragrances that she featured in her holiday 12 advent calendar in full sizes, and they are available at Ulta now. Now in these two scents, you have two different kind of scent waves. They're both from the Mod collection. The first one is the Mod Blush Adept Parfum. It is $68. The top notes are passion fruit, Italian bergamot, bright raspberry, and pink pepper. The middle is a dewy magnolia, pink rose petals, and juicy pear. And then the base is ambroxan, dear dreamwood, and dreamwood and radiant musk. Then you have the Mod Vanilla Eau de Parfum. There is a $68 price tag on that one as well, and the top notes are pink freesia, juicy plum, creamy musk. The middle is orris butter, white praline, jasmine petals, and then the base is vanilla absolute and cocoa butter. I find that both scents have interesting notes, and notes that I know I actually enjoy from scents that I already have in my collection. And although the shopper in me she wants to press buy, she does. I have coupons out the wazoo. I feel like I literally just got two of the packets from Ulta, with both having different coupons on the back. I feel like every day I open up my email, there's a new coupon from Ulta, and then the last time I picked up an order from Ulta, they gave me a coupon then. So I have coupons up the wazoo, the actual wazoo. My issue is that unfortunately, at least when I checked my Ulta web app, this was not available in any stores near me. I don't want to buy this and then not enjoy it. I would rather just go in store, smell it, wear it, see if it works with my body chemistry, see if it's unique, because I do have quite the range of colognes, perfumes at this point, that it really takes a lot, specifically with the more vanilla scent. When I've seen a couple people talk about these latest two scents, and I have seen people really enjoying the vanilla perfume, and I think that's normal, right? A lot of people really just love a good vanilla. It is very much a crowd pleasing note and like scent family, right? So I'm not bent out of shape, but I also have plenty of vanillas, and it really has to be something unique for me to really justify it to myself, honestly, to pick it up. Whereas the Blush Eau de Parfum sounds interesting, even sounds low-key unique, but I'm not sure. So I am going to wait until this becomes available at my particular Ulta so I can go in store, sniff it, and see if it really is meant to be in my collection. Plus, it's not a cheap little price tag, right? So I don't want to pick it up and then not enjoy it and then wait for the money to come back into my account because I return it, and it just becomes no. So I'm gonna wait, but I would love to hear if you've already picked it up, and if you have, let your girl know. Do you like it? Does it smell like something you already have? I haven't tracked Fragrantica to see if they've now uploaded like a profile for both of these scents, and if they have, if people have started voting on what scent they think this smells like. But I really must know. I must know. And honestly, after trying some of these new scents from Kylie, it has a bar that it has to reach. Those have to reach a bar. They have to reach a bar. So something that I'm actually intrigued by is a collaboration between Sol de Janeiro and Lights Lacquer. So in this collaboration, they actually teamed up to create a limited set. In this set, you get a custom caramel crush nail polish shade and Cheirosa 71 hand cream. Now, is this hand cream something that I can get separately? Because I know I just don't get along with Light Lacquer's formula. It's just not a formula for me. To me, it's too thick. It's not leveling. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I get ashy just thinking about washing my hands. So I would love to have another hand cream. I feel like every bag that I have needs to have a hand cream permanently in the bag. Same with lip balm, because I am not the one to take everything out of one bag and put it in next. No ma'am, no Pam. Okay. The most I can remember is my keys and my wallet. Those get transferred. Everything else, it literally has to already be in that bag, or I'm lost in the sauce. I'm lost in the sauce. And I would love to have a cream from Sol de Janeiro. I do enjoy their bum bum creams. I enjoy their body mist and their sprays. So I am intrigued. We'll see. Maybe that's available at the Sephora that I could potentially get an insane discount on. We'll wait and see, and I'll definitely let you guys know next week if that's something that I was able to pick up. So it looks like Made by Mitchell is coming out with some blush, bronzer, and multi-use color palettes. So the blushed one is like a pressed blushed formula. So he's coming out with powder products in both ranges. They retail, why do they have two different euro prices? Maybe there's a range. So I think there's a range for the blushes where it's 12.50 pounds to 19 pounds and 50, is it cents? I can't remember the UK currency right now. I just can't. But and in this, there are 12 different shades. And I must say, he has a yellow, he has some oranges. Those look intriguing. They do look intriguing. He also has quite the range on the bronzers. There are 8 different shades of bronzer. And let's see. Let me look at the shades. So there do look to be some that are quite deep. I see 2 that are quite deep, more that are kind of mid-tone. I don't really see very light shades. So that's interesting. I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure the range is good, but just by the actual pans. Oh, I'm going to do the swatches instead of showing you guys the pans, because I feel like the swatches are probably going to be a better representation of what you potentially could get. And in the swatches, or the whatever of the bronzers, there are 2 distinctly very deep tones, but like, I don't really like this range. This range looks really, really weird. And there's also not something, in my opinion, that looks extremely light for like very fair skin tones in there. And then the blushes look interesting. They look interesting. The oranges don't look dark enough to work on my skin tone. And the yellows, I don't trust. I don't trust them at all. And then he has like the multi-use color palettes. I've been down that road, not going back. So that is definitely not something for me. And yeah, honestly, that's all I had pinned. absolutely all I have pinned. I'm going to try to see if there's anything else that I can talk about in this moment, because I didn't see anything else to talk about that was interesting, unique, anything like that. Let's see here. Okay, I'm finding a couple more things. Give me one second. Let me pin all of these new things that I found, and then we can go from there. Okay, so I did not pin too many more items, so we're still going to kind of get out of here pretty early, which is not a bad thing at all, because I'm sure I'm going to be editing this late tomorrow night after my work shift. But first, I found that Ensley Cosmetics did a collaboration with Brittany Huffman. Memory serves me correctly, she's done a collaboration with another brand that I just don't remember about. But in this collaboration, it's a 21 pan eyeshadow palette, and it's inspired by Dreamy Cosmetic Winter Solstice. So this is an $89 palette. It retails, or it's launching on December 13th. And in this palette, there are multi-chromes, sparkly dual chromes, glistening diamond chromes, velvety mattes, and shimmery shades. Let me look at this color scheme, because $89, that is quite the color scheme. And truth be told, I no, I'm so happy for this influencer getting a collaboration. I'm sure this is a color scheme that she absolutely adores and will get a lot of use out of. And I'm sure that her following, I believe only on Instagram, will get, help her out as well. But no, no, $89? No, I can't justify that. Sydney's Grace is also doing another bundle for the month of December, and this is a cute, like, neutral with a splash of red and green. Beautiful for Christmas. It makes absolute sense. I even love the little sticker that they have going on there. This bundle is retailing for $20, and you also get the sticker as well. Absolutely love it. But I think I'm going to continue to pass. I just don't get the use out of my single shadows that I used to, and so it just doesn't make sense for me to bring any more in. And then the last product that I just found is actually from Flower Knows. Now, I know quite a few people have either been sent products or just reviewed their products because they were very, very intrigued, because of course the packaging is just out there, right? The packaging is very, very interesting. In this collection, they have eyeshadow palettes, lip creams, blushes, contours, highlighters, mascaras, perfumes, mirrors, hair clips, brushes, and a partridge and a pear tree. Okay, they have the whole kitchen sink in this collection. And Flower Knows is, it's a brand that I would love to give a shot. Are those brownie lip? They have a brown, they have a brown lip cream. Coming December 9th to the US and other territories. What does that mean? Where does Flower Knows retail in the US? Let's do some research. Flower. How do I spell it? Because don't give me the line. I will spell your name wrong unless you sound it out for me. Flowerknows.co. What is the name of this? This is the Chocolate Wonder Shop collection, by the way, in the event that I did not mention it, because I don't think I did. So it looks like they have their own maybe US based website. I'm intrigued. There are some gift sets available, which all look very expensive. I don't know who they think is getting a gift like that, but it does not look like this particular collection is currently on the website. But would you guys be interested in seeing something from this brand? I'm just intrigued by the lip cream. Do I need a brown lip cream? No. No. Why? Because I have lip creams from Caladios. Sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants. But with that said, I think that's it for today. I think I'm just gonna mosey on around the website and just be intrigued because I'm just genuinely intrigued to see what would occur if I picked up something from this brand. If you've picked up anything from the brand, please let me know down below in the comments how well it worked out for you. Oh, you know what? And then it's done. Their foundation range has 3 shades. Yep, this is not a brand for me. I will continue to get my lip creams from Caladios. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we will continue on with Vlogmas and Swagmas with another banger. I have absolutely no idea what's going to come tomorrow, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope I enjoy it as well. Alrighty, guys. Bye.